Hello, hello. Well. I am having some good weed here, and I promised to have some nice joints. So, so that's what I'm a doing. I'm making them up. Here it is. Look at that birthday cake. It's delicious. It's nutritious. It's birthday cake. Yeah. So I like this. And we'll put a little bit of gush mince. Not a lot, just because too much would make it kind of what I call toe tired. It's an indica, so it tends to make people tired, and you have to have a sativa or something to counteract it. What, baby? Oh, look at Bobby over here. Hi, how are you? Well, I've been exercising every day. I walked for a bit, like a half an hour. Hi, how are you? So I am making some joints right now. Well, let me have a little bit of a joint there. Let's smoke a little. Woo. And then I'll make some joints and I'll smoke with you. I've been busy getting some stuff done, so I had to pick up some balsamic vinaigrette, and boy, did I really had to read really well because I couldn't believe how much some of them were high in salt. I got one that is made with avocado oil, and I was like, oh, that is so good. So, yeah. So I was excited. And I've been just enjoying making my own food and enjoying coming online here and just connecting with you. So, yeah, let's do some good vibes. I want to talk about rental properties because I had a friend of mine. I had to move out. They had black mold. It was just horrid. She put all her stuff in storage. So let's keep her in our, like a good vibe. Find something safe, nice. She's such a sweetheart. And then my heart just went out to her. So, yeah, let's all hope that she's doing okie dokie. Yeah. So, here are some of the things. If you want to rent in Pahrump, all right, and you have an RV, this is what a lot of people have come up to. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to deal with something professional and you want to make sure your bills are paid, that means I've known people who have complained, not to me, but they were talking to a friend on the phone, and that friend is going, they're talking to them. Wow, their power just got shut off. And I go, oh, it sucks when you can't. No, it's the place where they are renting from. I'm like, you got to be joking. No, I'm not joking, ma'am. And I was making copies at the library that week. I bought a printer. I did. I was like, I don't need to hear that. So yeah, I couldn't believe it that a person paid their rent to, it was a residential home, and they had a gambling problem. This was years ago. And what happened was they were renting there. They showed proof. And I don't know if they got in trouble or if they got the power turned on, what happened. But that is one of the pitfalls. Now, they have places that are what I call where it's commercial. That means you're not, they are going to pay the electric and you are not going to be stuck without anything. So there are some places, and I could list them and stuff. I did that before a couple years ago. Unless somebody really wants it and puts it in the thing, or down below. I will be happy to check on you on that for you. But I'm going to be honest, everyone's taste is different. I mean, you might be the kind of guy who likes to just, you have everything solared and you can go out and, BFE and being in a place like that is like kind of cooping you in. But when you're talking about renting an actual place, oh, some of these people, let me already tell you, if you have an animal, they'll bleed you dry. Oh, yeah, they will. They will bleed you dry because some of the places are like, what was it? One place wanted $500 per animal. I was like, oh, fuck, no, I don't got the money for that. And that's what they wanted. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. It's not like I'm making it up and going, ooh. No, they wanted, that. There's just some places that are really weird. Go with your vibe. If you get the creeps from these people, would you want to be renting from them? No, just answer yourself. I don't care. I don't want to hear, oh, you're going from a different frying pan, baby. So let's just think about it this way. If they give you the creeps now, would you really want to be renting from them? Yeah. And like you're going, no, okay, then that's a big hard no. Even though they might be X amount cheaper, yeah. But yeah. Maybe the reason why they're so cheap is because they're such assholes. You ever come to think about it? It's like, the Amityville. Wow, it's like really below market. You ain't shitting. It is below market. Anything below market, find out who died there. They are supposed to, I don't know about the Nevada law, but I know in California, you're supposed to, as a real estate agent, say, yeah, who died and all that shiza. It's lovely. But besides that, renting, I'm going to just say, is a bastard of a thing. It really is. It's not the easiest thing. It's probably one of the hardest things to do is rent out here. That's why so many people, they'll start out, and I've seen this happen where a person will go and they will buy a small place, and down the road it's paid off. They go and think, oh, I can refinance and I can rent this place out for double the amount and it'll pay my house payment and then some. So you go and you buy a place, and you make payments on it, and you have someone, you're literally making double payments in some cases. So it's a win-win in a lot of ways, when it comes to certain things. So yeah. So yeah, and that's in dealing with renting. But as a person coming here renting, oh my god, it was a nightmare. I stayed over at this place and it was just like this one lady I nicknamed Constance. Oh god, she is just nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake. Woo wee. Oh yeah. Oh, she's a love muffin. Yeah, she hurts other people's animals, does all kinds of crazy stuff. She's just not nice. There we go. Yep. So if you're thinking of renting, be very careful. And I would say instead of renting, I'm going to be honest, get an RV, either rent it or have it where your payments are a certain amount of money, and while you do that, you can look for a place where you don't have to feel that you have what you call an obligation to look for a place and be desperate looking, because when you're desperate and you're looking for a place, man, you get you get the shittiest place. Oh yeah, it looks nice, but like, it's like sometimes you don't luck out and sometimes you do, you know. And it's like uh, it's, it's easier, how can I say this? It's easier not being desperate than what it is worrying about, okay, where our animals are going to go and stuff like that. So yeah, I seen this couple. They used to have yard sales every year, and they would have every Christmas. I drive by. I was so happy to be mailing my daughter something. It'd be Christmas time, it'd be evening, and you see the Christmas lights. And I remember when she's first seen those Christmas lights, and it reminded her of, living in a house and all that stuff. So she was really feeling reminiscent. And when they moved away, I think it was almost 4 years ago. It was about the time that my next door neighbor, she decided, hey, I can't live here no more, so I'm going to put it up for sale. So she did that, and I guess her stepdaughter's already gone through the money, is asking her for money, and I go, God damn, what a greedy one. Woo. She goes, yeah. So she's been working hard herself, She is such a cute person. She had me use her vehicle around town because mine was, how can I say, they're putting tires on. So I used hers to run some errands. It was the cutest thing. Had no guts, no glory, just like the cutest eyelashes and stuff. So yeah. So I was like, ooh. It was fun, kind of embarrassing, but But when you are looking for a place to live and you don't have an RV, you're kind of at the wit's end of other people. That means, you can stay, if you have a decent RV, you can stay in decent park. I'm already going to tell you, your RV has to be a certain age limit. So that's another thing you might want to look at. You know, like I said, a lot of those solar RVs are very they're they may have been redone and everything, but they're not new. So yeah. So but they have one place, they have a pool, they got a thing when people come to visit, they can rent to stay, and it's really nice. It's kind of spendy. I think it's for people who really, would be my age, older, and it's nice. It's I guess if I didn't have this place, that'd be a place I'd go to, because it's central, it's not too far away and all that stuff. But, I like living here, so I am paying off what I can, and I'm happy with that. I really am. I'm a paying my bills. There we go. So I hope everyone's having a good evening. I've been only on the air for 14 minutes. Please put a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm making joints. Okay. I'm making a birthday joint. There we go. My cat's licking my foot. Oh, Bobby, you got such a foot fetish. He's so cute. He's like, I can't help it. I love feet. Feet, feet, feet. They are so very neat. My cat likes feet. That still cracked me up. My stepmom would not listen to me. No, no, no. My dog loves feet. Oh, he's a big foot licker. And she goes, no. And I go, oh, yeah. 4 o'clock in the morning or so, I hear, hee. And I go, I told you, foot licker. Sweetest dog. Really. He liked to run after cars. There we go. Oh, I lost him. So when you're dealing with, you're thinking of renting, and it's $900 or it's cheap, take a friend with you. If it's a decent, make sure it's not haunted. God dang, we just don't know what to do. The ghost just, the door's open all the time. All right. So, yeah. So, got that one down. Now I just need small one. Another swoop. That one's done. Well, I could pull it. Oh, wrap it up. That's what I do. All right, let me see. Oh, I don't need a large one. I need smallies. Where did I put it? Where did I put them? Oh, I'll just use a big one then. Fuck it. I don't remember where I put the other ones. What are you looking at, Mr. Liquor? My cat, the liquor. So anyway, yeah, I've known a lot of people. What I've heard is mainly how the electric people would rent a space for an RV and they would not pay the electric. And I'm like, that's just fucking because they had a gambling problem. And now I got, there we go. So I hope, oh, thank you. Hello. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening. I'm trying to get some keef. There we go. Oh, yeah. Wow, look at that. I'll get some more. I'm like, ooh. I have to find the little ones. I will in a minute. Oh, there they are. Okay. There we go. And tons. I'm like, oh boy. I'm just cleaning the thing. There's nothing in it, and it's just like all fallen. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's like nice. This. Okay, here we go. Woo! We got a little bit of mixture of this and this between these two. It's like a poor man's mixture. I gotta make another one. Spendy. 6. But not that bad. Actually, yeah. This is from last week. Not last week, with the week before that. And this was $10 cheaper. I had 2 of them. So it all works out. Ooh. All works out. So I hope everyone, if you have any questions about renting in Pahrump, some of the evil deeds, yes, people have rented in homes they don't own. So you might want to check who you're renting from, especially if it's on Craigslist. When they have it with a rental company of any kind, I don't know one that has it where they deal with rentals and stuff like that. But yeah, when you're dealing with the homeowner himself, and let's just say I call it, and I get this a lot, people who live in their own private Idaho. They think they're for some reason somebody told them when they were 18 that they can build stuff. So they went from a doghouse that probably fell over and killed the dog. And then they went to other things. And then after dealing with that, they decided to build a house, but they didn't do that great of a job. But in some cases, they just think they're just so great and they're going to put up the house and it's going to be $250,000 or more. And it's not worth it. You look at it and you go, huh? And when you put something even cheaper, they say, oh, we're not talking to this person. So 6 months, this is what happened with this house, because they use let's just go and just say I'm going to have a company come out here and level this whole house. Then after they level it, I got to figure out how many windows I got to replace and just start replacing windows and remodeling what I could afford little by little. Yepers. So anyway, I hope everyone is having a good Monday. They had a good day or somewhat good day. That's what I just hope, everyone's, it is what it is. So to all you. So yeah, it's just it's definitely when you come out here, it is a lot different. This is not Kansas or wherever you're from. Do not sit there and go, well, I don't know. If you want to live out here, this is the way the houses are done. I don't make up the rules. It's not something I do. I'm just telling you, it's a whole lot different. Make sure your credit's good. Or you come here and start searching for motherfucking houses and then you got to think you got to have a job. How long do you have to have a job? It's about even if you have good credit, you have to have a job for what, 6 months at least? Unless you have your own business, then you got to show how much, like you've done this for 3 or 4 years, how much you make. So those are the things you got to think of. And a lot of people just suddenly get the itchy foot and want to head out here. They got no plan. I've seen it a gazillion times. Let me see. A friend of theirs online I've heard it because they would be asking for gas and money at Smith's. So what happened was I've heard a lot of stories, and one of the ones that I heard was my mom's friend who she grew up with had a gambling problem. Didn't tell my mom. We went down there to help take care of her, and she used us like slave labor. When it came to paying us, she said she had no money. They said they went and started living in their car. They found someone to rent a room from. They were working a job and they just got enough money to go. They just wanted to go and they needed, I think it was like a full tank would get them to wherever. And it was like a 4-banger. And I'm like, yeah, well, so because I was worried, I just said to the girl, could you just tell me everything's okay and, text me? And she did. She said, a lot of people come to Pahrump thinking that they're going to get a free ride. They're going to get someone who loves them. And no, she goes, read between the lines. Before you move to someone's house or whatever, do a background check and see how late they are on their bills. Literally, do that. If you have a friend right now in Pahrump telling you to come and move and they're going to get free rent and room and board, I want you to do a background check on that friend and find out how late are they on their bills, including rent, house payment. How late do they want you to pay for that? So if you pack everything up and go, where else are you going to go? Nowhere, because you'll be stuck paying that house payment. And then when they're done with you, they'll just kick you out. So always look and see what you could find. Like my friend said one time, a background check is just that. It's great. You could do it easy. And it's, something that is acceptable. Because you don't know what you're walking into. A young couple who was told, and they were from Idaho, real nice couple from Idaho. They were like, we were blindsided. She was told a whole, again, electricity being turned off. I mean, it's the second day they're there and they're in this mode, and she's calling her mom and stuff. And, my God, this is what's going on. And the mom's going, oh, Jesus. Do a background check. Are their bills paid? Are there folks closing on the house and she's trying to have renters in to help save that, but it's already too late? These are things that I have actually heard. I mean, I think I've heard a bunch more stories back in the day when my son was younger and we were like 2016, 2017. A lot of people were taking other people for advantage. Oh my God. Young couples would come here, thinking that they were going to get this great advantage working for the casinos. They said our car wouldn't make that trip back and forth. That's a long trip. You got to think about that. So it's like, do a background check. Yeah, you can find out if these people pay their bills on time or they're so delinquent that they're going to have it turned off any day. Oh, yeah. There's so much stuff that you could find. And nowadays, with the internet, you could do a background check and find out what kind of person that is. Before you even think about moving, always do a background check. I don't care if grandpappy grew up with them. I've heard a story where a woman just used two young people for over a year and never paid them. She was not a business owner or anything, but these people were like, we had to get out from under her. We had to do all this. And I was like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff, that come out here where people get stuck here. Before you get stuck at another place that's in Nowheresville, you know, uh, like I said, always look up who you are dealing with. You might be dealing with a very sly fox who is spent their money and have no more money. My dad used to say that he had a friend, he knew how to juggle his cards real well when he was in between relationships. I was like, damn. He said, yeah, he was pretty good. So, if one person could juggle their credit cards, other people can. It's just I'm paying mine off. I'm like, oh, I'll pay this. So there we go. So yeah. And it's not that you're stupid. All right. If you're sitting here in Pahrump and you're going, yeah, I'm fucking in hell, or yeah, you can change that. You can either, if you have a vehicle and you can go places, then do that. Get out of Pahrump and see where you can go over in Vegas. But, there's the bad side of Vegas and the good side. It's like there's like the area that is more, geared for a single person. They even have single studios, they're real small. So, yeah. Because I've known a lot of people throughout the years, they had to start over. And it's not bad, I mean, I'm going to be honest. These people didn't know that they could have gone to Vegas and lived there. They came with money. I said, oh no, the first thing was you paying the bill. What you should have told her this. All right, I'm going to go pay the bill. Leave and go to Vegas. This is what Steffi would have done if I would have caught myself in a situation where, let's say that, and this is what they said, their mother's friend let her electric bill go delinquent to the point where they were going to turn them off. And it was exactly what she brought to the table home, for to start their new life. I would have been, I'll go pay it. I would have jumped in my car, went to Vegas. There are some apartments that even if you put first and last month's rent, it's not going to equal up to what she paid. And that includes your heat. I'm just putting it out there. If you're looking for just Pahrump, it's kind of a small thing. Sometimes you gotta, while you're, getting yourself settled, you gotta start in a big city. And sometimes it's just like where you can get help. And that's what I tell people. It's just true. They got taken so bad. It was such a horrible thing. And yeah, there's a lot of people like that around. It doesn't matter if it's a small town, but yeah, it happens. So even people who are moving from Pahrump, they could go to a different area of the, United States, and they could be taken for a ride too. It doesn't have to be just Pahrump, but always keep, like they said, she kept saying, I knew it was too good to be true. I go, yeah, but if you would have if you would have driven to Vegas, they would have been able to find a job. They would have been able to do all the things. And I said, didn't you, I mean, you both have smartphones. I mean, when you came off drove out here, you had to have, and they go, yeah. And I go, you didn't look how far Vegas was? Well, we thought, no, it's only like an hour and a half, you know? So yeah, some people just get into a certain situation. They're so scared that they're not even going to get out. They really believe, this couple told us that they actually made a police report, and the police, I don't know if that was true, but I think more or less they're just leaving the woman, and maybe they'll make one later. I don't know. All I know is that was the creepiest story ever. They drove on their own. They could have went to Vegas. They probably drove right through Vegas. I don't know. Oh, jeez. Well, anyway, when you rent, what is a good thing, especially if it doesn't matter, you could do background checks on companies. You can find out if they put chintzy parts and stuff and it doesn't work right. You can see if they're really genuinely good at making, you know, keeping a place decent. But when you're dealing with someone it's not a company, then you're dealing with something a little more, you got to do, okay, let's see if they're really good. There's this one place I remember over in Hesperia. I used to love it. And I didn't know it. They said, oh no, that's Section 8 for the elderly. And it was like nice, like super nice. And it was, I believe, I am not sure, but something like sun powered and stuff. It was like this whole thing. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. When you see that and you're like, ooh, that's cool. Yeah. So yeah, when you have certain things that you see, um, I'm going to give you a good idea what I think, that if you really want to know, I would go out and find a place where it already has a well. It doesn't have to have a pad or anything. Then go and get one of those Elon Musk homes. All right. Put that bad boy on there. Boom. There you go. And you could take, say you're it's supposed to be $10,000 per, like the per thing that they have per cubicle, I guess. And you could put it upstairs. You could put like another, back or whatever. So if you got enough land, and let's say you get gifted a land. It doesn't matter to be in Pahrump, but you get gifted a land and you want to order one of those pre-made homes. You got your well, already done. You get your let's say it's so you how can I say this? All you have to do is worry about the house. You don't have to worry about making land payments. You just have the house. So let's say you scrimp and save and and you figure out that you want a 3 bedroom, you want, these certain things. So you order that through the Elon Musk's instant home. You order it, no complaints. See? You can do that too. Doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't even have to be to Pahrump. You can literally figure out, okay, now I don't just want the bedroom, I want the downstairs, a certain thing. I want it like all entertainment. And then I want the kids' room on the other side. Some people want the kids' room near them. I mean, or if your kids are grown up, you want your grandkids wherever. You can even exchange the rooms and move them around. You, you get what I mean? They're just not solitary. I think you can kind of like, I don't know if they stay solitary. Well, anyway, it seemed neat. I think those are neat. And then we have the ones, people who are building underneath the ground. Uh, so I hope everyone has been enjoying this show. I am waiting on some parts to fix my stuff. So, yeah. So let's smoke some more weed. Let's bring the snake lady out. Let's see. I knew that. Whoops. Pulled it out. Wow. Anyway. Well, my car's so clean, I really think it feels new. I can't believe it. I bought this new cleaning stuff. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to work like professional cleaning, like the what you use for your leather sheets. I said, I just can't get it. I can't get the leather sheets. Leather sheets. I don't all have leather sheets, but I gotta get my car clean. So I finally got it where it looks decent, not scary. It doesn't look something that you're going, oh God, yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it. Now, my theory is this, that I will make sure, at least on the weekend, that my car is clean inside and out. And if I keep it up, it'll always look good and make me feel like I'm driving a nice new car, and that'll make me feel good. Now I got to work on here. I got other stuff around here to work on, but I can't wait. I am going to do a body reveal in June before July, because I want to just reveal my sun-kissed body. I'm working really hard and I love what's happening. I got a 6-pack growing here. I said, holy cow, it's amazing. Oh, I can't believe it. I'm wearing my shark skinned Oh, you, my leggings, boy, I look good. They're in small. Woo! Yep, I've been working hard. I've been working out. Yep, and I bet you I'm going to look really good. So I'm going to have a big reveal. I'm going to make sure everything's working, and I am going to show people what what I look like. I am so excited. So it'll be in June. I'll figure out when in June because I got to figure out. I started in late April, so late May I will be a month. So late June will be 2 months. I don't want to wait to July, but that's 2 months. So that means that I need another week to be like, yeah, it's going to be a bit. Whoa. Yeah, it's going to be a month. What is it? Late June. Yeah, that'll be a month and 1 week. So, whoa, I hope I can get it together. Because I'm hoping I'm hoping to actually get invited to a swimming party where people actually go swimming and not worry about their GD shoot. Shoot. That's what I want to do. I want to enjoy myself, hang out with people. July 4th, I'm going to just eat and be merry. I'm going to eat carbs. That's what I want to do. I want to eat a big hot dog bun with the big, right. I'm going to have a good food feeling. That's what I want. Christmas, July 4th night. That's our nation birthday. By the way, if you want to save money on gas, come and see the snake lady. I have snake farts for sale. That's right, I got snake farts. Come over here. I'm selling you some snaky farts. That's right. I'm selling them snake farts. It's just so cheap, you know. Come on down. So how do you get the snake farts? You gotta get it in your special butt area, and then you kind of like they got these little bubbles, and you just squeeze it out, and there it goes, snake farts. Who knew you can get snake farts and fuel your car too? Woohoo! Fuel your car, snake farts. That's right. That's what I'm talking about. And you know it, that's a good thing. 100% natural. It's got good octane. That's right. And if you try it in your lawnmower, shit, that some bitch go like you can't believe. Snake farts. It's what the next generation uses. Well, let's ask that Mystic Pickle. This is the kind of pickle you would see, in a Rick or Morty thing, in the Mystic Pickle. Do you think I'm going to be match made?
Not in a million pickled years.
Oh boy. Yep, that's all right. I'm weird as fuck, so yeah, I need someone just duly as weird as me, so yeah, might not be able to find that. So let's go ask Mr. Predicto. By the way, This is for entertainment purposes. If you believe that I believe what this some bitch thinks is, then you got a couple nuts loose already. I'm not like my friend Christine who loved to play the 8 ball. That sounds bad. Who loved to play the yes no game with these little son of a bitchin' things. Yeah. And she always made it fun because she go, oh, if it says you can shop, you can buy and I'll pay. And I'm like, yeah, there's payment in a different way with you. One day I was like, I'm just tired of this. And she goes, what? And I go, I went and visited my daddy. Guess what I got for my birthday? And you don't have it. Yeah. I had some gift cards. And she was like, really? What does that mean? That means I'm shopping on my own. I'm not playing your yes no game thing. And don't say the 8 ball because people think of a different thing, okay? I'm not playing your yes no game. Yeah. Oh, but she was so much fun. I had her, she got so drunk, I had her believing that I wasn't lizard person. I would go, we were video called and I would do that. Well, my friend Christine, she just was too funny. She would believe that I was an alien, and then, we went and oh yeah, those were the cool lenses. Yeah, $15 in this one store over in California. Oh man, I had swirl eyes. So when I did a video call, I go, oh, I don't think I should show you my eyes. And then she thought that I was like an alien. And I was like, no, look, here's my eye. Never mind. Jesus. Yeah, I'm an alien. So, yeah, I used to just have so much fun. And of course, she had fun BSing with me too. Oh, yeah. We went somewhere, there was no motherfucking basement. There was no elevator. You bitch. Don't worry. She went in my neck of the woods in Colton. I had her asking somebody where the basement was. She came back and she goes, all right, you got me back. There's no basement. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, we get each other back and forth like little kids. That's what I miss. But when she started getting too much into alcohol, it was like her pickled brain just didn't work. Now, well, she's going to be haunting me, I guess. All right, it's for entertainment purposes.
The answer you seek is yes.
Woohoo! All right. So, whatever you were seeking says yes. Okay. Well, let me ask it. Will I be asked to a party get together? Does it have to be a party, a nice get together after 12 p.m. because I fast 14 hours? Jesus. But hey, I'm going to be honest, no low sugar at work. I'm not getting the low sugar, I've been good. So, will I be invited for a party like July 4th? I don't know.
Yes, without question.
Woo! Party time. Party. So, have you ever, and I have never, I guess, and I'm going to tell you this, if you're going to rent from any place, first of all, make sure your stuff is up to snuff. What you're driving is younger, I would say late 90s, early 2000s. You want to look at something that's an early 2000s. If you want to park in a decent enough area that doesn't scare the crap out of you, you're hoping, God, I hope that, uh, they paid the power. And there's one place I actually rented from. I used to, every month, it was like she couldn't pay the power. It was a funny thing. So here it is. Oh, I got 3 people. Please put a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Let's go and smoke some weed. I am just enjoying this. I love weed. Oh, yeah. I know it's large, but boy, this is a nice wig. It'll go up quick. What I noticed they're building, and I like that, there's a lot of new families moving in. We're not talking the grandparents anymore. We're talking younger people with children. That's a real nice feeling. It's not old fuckers. I hate to say some of them are just they act entitled, the ones that are still using opioids. The ones that don't think that we don't notice how loud they're talking. Those are the opioids. They have a temper tantrum. Those are the opioids. So, yeah, you get a couple of those, but that's nothing. Steer clear of them and you'll be fine. Yep, that's what I've learned. If you want to do a grounding, let's do a grounding right now. We're getting ready to end everything. And what we're going to do is take all the old crappy stuff. We're going to just take it out and send it to Mother God and suck some love up. So here we go. We're going to start with our wonderful hair, our head. We're going to take it down to our neck and then our 2 arms, our chest, our stomach, our thighs, our lower legs, our feet. It grows roots all the way down past the mantle and deep into Mother Earth, and it sucks up yellow, gold, love through your roots, way in at the bottom of your feet. You will suck all that up way deep inside of Earth, and as it goes through your feet, you feel a tingle and you feel regenerated, and it goes through your feet, your lower legs, your upper thighs, your lower stomach, your chest, your arms, your neck, your head, and it spews out. You could put all that love somewhere, anywhere where it needs. Take back what and then you have grounded yourself, you've shared your love, and that's how I usually ground myself. So, anyway, yep, we got 5 minutes. Woo! So let's see what the pickle says. Am I normal?
Of course, yes.
See, I am perfectly normal. So yeah, I've known people who had no problems renting. They of course had what you call the perfect camper. It was a mid 2000s, like I call it a 2015 It's only like 10 years old. That's a great find if you can get something that's 10 years old and not that much. I've known people who inherited really fucking nice RVs. Um, and they had the only problem. I knew one person who inherited this RV and they finally got it down to them. And I said, "Did you do the roof?" She goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "Well, you're going to need to cover that up because you're going to have to tar that roof." She goes, "What do you mean tar the roof?" And I go, "You're going to have to tar the roof. The roof hasn't been tarred. And the next rain's coming in a couple weeks." And I said, at that time, to tire a whole roof for RV her size would have not been that much. It was like $50. You could buy, all the stuff over in the hardware. Or yeah. So anyway, we have a really good rain. She tells me I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh boy, that was, like I said, if you think you know everything, when a good rain comes into Pahrump, you will understand. And yep, it started a leak. She got pissed off and told the owner. The owner told her, "Hey, we told you where we have kept it. You did not want to do any of the, pay us to do it. So it's going to leak." Oh, so she had to pay somebody to do that. Yeah. So make sure what you get is also that you take care of your end of the biz, which could be, sealing a RV, making sure that it is really up to snuff. Have a somebody who can get in an RV and do an inspection. If I would have done that with this RV, we would have never bought it because the spark plugs were from 1976. In fact, they no more make the spark plugs that we found in the RV that we were told was changed. Yep. Oh, yeah. So, like anything else, when someone tells you that they changed the spark plugs and they can't really start it, have somebody who is a licensed mechanic come out and really look at it and give them the whole 411. Okay, so you guys have a cosmic day, evening, or whatever. I am going to go to bed.